Right here, I gotta build it.
I want to see.
What's up, you guys? Forrest here with the FoCo Flow Show. We are a mountain bike channel based in Charlottesville, Virginia, where we highlight all the awesome trail riding we have in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, Pennsylvania, everywhere that we can in between. We also do bike review videos and bike part videos. So today, we're gonna talk a little bit about my experience buying a bike from evo.com. Normally, I prefer to buy from a bike shop, but we were looking for something really specific and evo.com had it. So without further ado, let's get out there and find that flow. So here's the thing, all things being equal, I really encourage people to support their local bike shop. My last couple of bikes, the Ritmo V1 and the Ritmo V2, I purchased from Shenandoah Bicycle Company out in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Now I live in Charlottesville, Virginia, and I love the bike shop, Blue Wheel and Endeavor, Blue Recyclery, awesome guys, and those guys are great friends of the channel, but I really wanted an Ibis, right? So my only option was to order it from an online retailer or buy it from a bike shop, and Shenandoah Bicycle Company, about an hour away, working with Thomas Jenkins there, did a great job, and they had the bike I needed and wanted, and have done a great job because of customer service, right? Warranty claims, which I've needed on both bikes, they have been fantastic, and that's why 99% of the time I try to buy bikes from local bike shops. However, when I started searching for downcountry bikes, did a lot of research, looking around, talking to some different options, and I knew that Blue Recyclery had a relationship and was going to start dealing for Revel. At the time, they didn't have the bike that I was looking for, and then Revel put all of their bikes in stock 20% off. Come to find out, I could have utilized BRC to utilize that discount, but by the time I got ready to pull the trigger, they were completely out of stock, and I was super bummed because I'd finally decided on the downcountry bike that I wanted to borrow. Not to be dismayed, I did a little bit of research and I did a little more digging and a lot of Google searching, and I found the website evo.com, and they had the frame size that I needed, an extra large, as well as that 20% discount I was looking to take advantage of. Bikes are not getting any cheaper, as we all know by now, so I really did need that discount, and ultimately decided to pull the trigger and buy the bike from evo.com, and I thought it might be helpful for you, for any of you that have ever considered buying a bike direct, like from the direct brands like YT and some of those other ones, or to buy a bike from Backcountry or Jetson if you've never done any of those. So I thought this video would be helpful to talk about the experience. So again, the transaction was simple and easy, and the bike showed up on my doorstep in about a week and a half. Pretty quick, fast way to spend $5,000. They better send it to me quick, but it was able to get there very, very quick. And then the next thing you might be worried about is, well, I don't really know how to build bikes. I'm sure as heck not going to be able to build a bike from the ground up. And as I think you may have seen in other places, Evo did a great job. The bike the bike box was wide. You rip it open, you pull out the front tire, and then the rest of the bike is already pre-assembled about 99% of the way. You got to put the front wheel on. You got to use your basic, you could do the entire bike build basically with a multi-tool. You put the handlebars on. The tires already came full with sealant, as well as the brakes bled and ready to go. So you basically put the handlebars on, you put the front wheel on, you check the derailleur, and then you run through the brakes, and you want to make sure that everything's set up and is tightened down with a torque wrench. But from there, it took me about 30 minutes to build the bike up, and we were off and running. The great thing about all of that is that once you're good, you want to make sure you bed the brakes in by speeding up to 15 to 20 miles an hour and slowly pulling down the brakes so that it slows the bike down to bed the brakes in. But you need to do that on any bike you order from evo.com or anybody else. The paperwork that came with the bike was all of the good stuff that you need, with registration numbers and emails and all of those things. And the warranty, of course, comes from Revel, so you don't have anything to worry about there. So I'm happy to report the overall experience with the Revel Ranger has been awesome so far. It's been a great bike. I haven't needed any service on it. The only complaint coming from Evo is the brakes, the G2s. They're a little squishy, and I had to play around with them. I probably need to bleed them still to get them really dialed in. Again, if you're shipping things, that's gonna happen, especially with hydraulic fluid. And if you're particularly handy, you can do that yourself, and I should get around to doing that myself as well. If you're not handy and you need the bike shop to bleed your brakes, you're going to pay for it, right? You didn't buy the bike from the bike shop, so they aren't going to do that kind of setup for free. And that's the biggest negative to think about. If it comes to a warranty service, I'm going to be able to take that bike to BRC, and I'm sure they will help me. It'll be up to Revel and BRC to decide if I'm charged for that, or does Revel pick up. I guess it probably depends on a case-by-case basis. I ran into something similar with the Ibis Ritmo recently, where product company actually covered the labor cost that Shenandoah was going to have to charge me. We're going to find out all of that the hard way, probably. I break bike parts, so that's going to happen. I have a good understanding of the way that it's going to work. Most of the time, the difference here is I bought the bike from Evo, and we'll see what that looks like. In the end, I know Revel will stand behind the warranty for any defects. I'm not worried about that. It actually comes down to some of the labor that would be needed if we're replacing a frame or a bike part. That kind of stuff might end up being a charge for me. But it doesn't mean you can't get your bike worked on. And I think that was some of the misconception that some people thought you buy direct and you can't take it to a bike shop and there won't be any help. It isn't that at all. It's just you have to be aware that you're not going to get quite the same level of support as you might otherwise. But I am happy that I have the place to go that actually deals with Revel directly on the day-to-day, not a random bike shop that doesn't deal with the bike at all. So we've got that kind of halfway point that I think makes the whole experience with Evo a little bit easier to do, knowing that I've got that local bike shop support. So in summation, this isn't rocket science. Buying the bike through Evo and some of those others that I've heard people do, it's good. And I think you can do it. Just be aware of what the different implications can be if you do need service and those kinds of things. The setup was easy. It came pretty quickly. So I'll take it into consideration. But in the end, given the choice, if all pricing and costs are the same, going with a local bike shop is still my strong recommendation. And I'm sure I'll buy another bike at some point in the future, and I'll be looking at the local guys to find what I need first, unless there's a 20% off discount that I'm not aware of elsewhere. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, as always, comment below. Let me know what you think and what your best way and favorite way to buy bikes. And where do you buy? What's your favorite direct-to-consumer brand? And of course, if you're enjoying the comment and you've already liked and subscribed, consider the FoCo Flow Show Pro membership. $2.99 a month gets you videos ad-free a week early. You get a handwritten thank you note from me with a FoCo Flow Show logo sticker. You get a logo on your comments, and you get some exclusive discounts to FoCo Flow Show apparel. Really appreciate it. Don't expect it from everybody, but if you really love it and you want to support the channel, it goes a long way. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment below, and then we'll all get out there together and find that flow.